Hello, Amakos fans, welcome. This is Sports Queen. My name is Witness. Guys, join us by subscribing our YouTube channel. And we know it is over between Chief and Spurs due to their players Valebay and Baartman, and the official going to play matches in Kaizer Chief. But according to all that, Cape Town Spurs vow to fight for compensation from Kaizer Chief dispute recent SAFA ruling on Valebay Baartman. We have invested not just funds but passion, time, philosophy in developing them. So the Urban Warriors are not yet done pursuing what they feel is their right despite to ruling going against them. To avoid a situation like Valebay and Baartman saga happening again, Cape Town Spurs and a development focus club should take protective legal and constructive steps to protect their investment in youth talent. First, Cape Town Spurs should do next to prevent similar incident, signing binding pre-professional contract early. As soon as players are eligible, players must ensure written agreements are in place, including pre-contract or youth development contract, scholarship agreement for academy players, clear terms for training, compensation, and transfer rights. Even if not professional yet, this contract signal intent and offer legal backing. Without paperwork, there is no legal claim. Good faith isn't enough. Register players proper with the SAFA and PSL. Ensure all academy players are officially registered with the correct football authorities, SAFA, South African Football Association, PSL, Premier Soccer League, youth structures. Proper registration is crucial for enforcing contract, claiming training compensation, and establishing ownership of the development path. Educate players' families on club commitment. His regulatory session with the young players and their parent guardians to explain what the club offer, education, training, and support, what loyalty and contract mean, the danger of informal poaching and fake agent. This build trust and reduce the chances of player being lured away prematurely. Also include exist clause compensation trigger. Contract should be buyout clause, development fees, FIFA solidarity mechanism. If another club wants the player, they must negotiate proper or risky some action. Hire legal contractor, advisor focus on youth protection. May development club overlook legal representation until it is too late. Spurs should retain a sport lawyer or legal consultant to draft a right youth contract, keep up with changing SAFA and FIFA rules, protect IP, binding and player likeness right. Number 6, register for FIFA TMS claiming training compensation global. Join to FIFA transfer matching system TMS to claim training compensation when a player sign or pro deal elsewhere. Solidarity payment or future transfer up to 5% of fee. Spurs can benefit even if the player sign abroad as a long documentation is a player. Also forge partnership for Biggest club option. Consider formal development partnership with the bigger club, including chief type teams where Spurs are recognized as a feeder development partner. Free work for players' movement fees and loyalty exists. Spurs can retain sell on clause on future right. So in summary, I can say Spurs they sign youth contract L, create legal ties protection, register players with the SAFA, establish development claim, educate families and player, build loyalty, reduce risk, add buyout exit clauses, prevent free movement, retain legal support, avoid low-pays environment, enforce right, use FIFA TMS claim fees, get capacity global, build formal partnership, secure structure player movement. So what happened? Kaizer Chief chased the service of Valebay for the last 2 seasons to strengthen their back. However, the Urban Warriors were reluctant to let their star play live below their evaluation, and even after that relegation of the second tier, Spurs wanted Amakos to couch more. At the end of 2024-25 season, the Cape Town Spurs outfit had already been regulated to the third tier, which according to rules rendered their players free agents since it is an immature league. Chief capitalized on situation to sign Valebay and Baartman to further strengthen their squad. However, Spurs appealed to SAFA, hoping to be compensated for the resources they used to develop the players. Nevertheless, the initial ruling was upheld, meaning the duo is free to make a competitive debut for the Soweto Giants. Spurs, through their CEO Alex, have vowed to continue seeking compensation. What Alex said, "For 30 years, our academy has been our proudest leaguers. We have invested not just funds, but passion, time, and a philosophy into developing young players into professionals and upstanding individuals," Spurs said in a statement signed by Ithao. The outcome of this case, while we accept it, compels us to ask a critical question: how do we continue this vital work in an environment where the fundamental contract to try developing players to the club can be is dissolved by circumstance? Our immediate focus is to meet with our long legal team to dissect this world. We need clear direction on two fronts. First, the immediate operation impact on our squad as we campaign in ABC Motsepe League, and second, and the most crucial, on any compensation that may be due to the club for the significant investment we have made in this player's career. The viability of our academy and indeed the future strategy direction of Cape Town Spurs hangs on the answer of this question, Ethos concluded. So Amox fans can now hope to see the two players make the long-awaited debut for club. However, for Spurs, management should consider taking humble pie because from the look of things, the odds are against them to win the compensation case on to presence in the recent rules. Cape Town Spurs, despite SAFA ruling for favoring Kaizer Chief in transfer saga involving Valebay and Baartman, still have several avenues that can explore. They remain determined to seek compensation or accountability. First, appeal to SAFA ruling, its ground existing. Spurs can lodge an appeal with the SAFA if they believe the ruling was procedural, flawed, or lacked consideration of key evidence. If SAFA internal appeals channel existed, they can escalate to South African Sports Confederation on Olympic Committee, SASCOS, or the Court of Attribution for Sportscast if international legal resource is warranted. And however, appeal must be based on legal or regulatory ground, not just emotional or moral investment. In impartial civil litigation, Spurs could take Kaizer Chief or the player's representative to civil courts, argue, breach the contract, unlawful poaching or inducement, adjustment, enrichment. They will need to prove that a formal implied contract existed with the players, that Chief acted improper in that question. The Spurs incurred demonstrable loss. Also, camp training compensation, solidarity payment. FIFA regulation allows for training compensation when a youth player sign their first professional contract or is transferred before the end of the season of their 23rd birthday. If Valebay or Baartman sign pro contract, Spurs may be allowed for compensation, but only if they registered as training club with necessary documentation. This will require filing through SAFA, PSL, or even FIFA's dispute resolution chamber, DRC, pushing for regulatory reform or club protection. Spurs may choose to use this case to advocate for better protection for development club at the national level, mandatory compensation clauses, strengthening academy players' contract enforcement, lobbying SAFA for better youth playing movement regulation. In public pressure and media strategy, by counting the spark, public Spurs can gain support from other clubs facing similar issues, highlight flaws on current system, pressure chiefs or the league to settle private or revisit the matter diplomatically. So in a risking consideration, legal action could be costly and time consuming. If contracts or registration were not watertight, Spurs may face an uphill battle over playing the issues public could risk relationship with the Safa or chief. Thanks guys for joining. This is Sports Queen. My name is Witness. Enjoy the video.